Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a Dad Rail stream with me, Richard. Jumping into Network Southeast today with some custom-made scenarios with real timetables, starting in 7 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be starting in 5 minutes. Just enough time for you to subscribe to Northern Princess Productions, link in the description below, who has very kindly created tonight's scenarios. Starting in 5 minutes.
Passengers are reminded that smoking is prohibited at all stations and on all train services. This includes e-cigarettes.
Please have your drinks and light refreshments ready. The Dab stream will be starting in 1 minute.
This is a safety announcement. It is not permitted to cycle, skateboard or rollerblade within the station building.
Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing this evening? Can you all hear me? First thing is first, I believe you can. Good evening and welcome to another Dad Rail live stream with me, Richard. If this happens to be the first video or stream you've seen by me, then I am a freight train driver and a former passenger train driver based in the southeast of England. I'm also a father to 4 wonderful children, which is where the Dad Rail name comes from, although none of them have any interest in trains. Who have we got in the chat today? Laserjet, Samuel B. Train Spotting, officially Charles TR9, doing the moderating there, thank you very much. Maxwell also in tonight, in space, Rafe the Train Spotter, DET Trains, Bad Boy 75, Drift God. Fantastic, great to have you here. Mumrail is doing the mandatory bringing the coffee. This will be in a Dad Rail mug next time we do a stream, because I finally bought myself one. Yeah, fantastic. It says on the Dad Rail mag, no tea, no train. I nicked that off of someone. DET, what happened to train driver rules this week? I'm still hoping to have that out for you tomorrow. I've got 3 videos filmed, they just need editing, but my shifts have been an absolute nightmare. Anyway, that is enough chatter. That is enough chatter. Let's play some train sim. Before we jump in, guys, and as always, I've got to tell you that all the views, opinions expressed within this video are solely my own and may not reflect those of any companies I may be employed by or associated with. We are, of course, going to be having all of our usual features. We are going to be playing Locomotive Livery Location, and we're going to be jumping in and out of the Discord server. So I would like to say a massive thank you to Northern Princess Productions, who has created several scenarios, custom scenarios for me based on real timetables on routes that I sign. So in theory, there should be HUD lists, there should be incident lists, there should be no tea and biscuits with the manager. famous last words. So big thank you to Northern Princess Productions. So do go and subscribe to her channel. I've put a link down in the description below for that. So we are in Train Sim Classic. We are going to press that button there. And we're going to hope that Train Sim Classic behaves itself. That is going to be the key thing today. So we're going to jump into this scenario here, which is a London Cannon Street to Orpington in a Class 707. All stations, Metro service. Going to turn the HUD off and see how we get on. Right, let's press start and hope for the best. This is where it all goes horribly wrong. And the game doesn't load because I probably should have preloaded this. But while it's loading, let's have a little chat. Who have we got? Yorkshire pudding. One mistake equals tea and biscuits. No excuses if you know this route in real life. I've been programming that all week. I'm going to use that. Okay. Anthony Hunter, do you prefer coffee or tea, or what Bickie's your favourite? It's got to be a jammy dodger. It's got to be a jammy dodger. Normally tea, but I'm actually on coffee tonight. My alarm went off at about 1:45 this morning, so I'm hanging. Actually, that's my excuse. If we have any station overruns, it's because I'm hanging, because I'm fatigued. Yeah, we're going with that one. I'm definitely going with that one. Train driver Dan, my wife is watching and laughing her head off at your cats in the background playing with the plant. Playing with the plant!
I know, I just moved that.
The cats and the plant. I've wanted a plant there for ages, and I finally went and bought one. It's a real one, not a fake one. And the cats are just wrecking it. I'm glad, Train driver Dan, I'm glad your wife got some amusement from that. Gregory, Mum Row is much prettier than me.
Well.
It would be hard not to be. It would be hard not to be. Balls Inspector. I assume that's Balls Gin. Only time I've ever been on a 707 was when I went up to Lewisham to change for a train to Victoria, when I went on the overnight bus up to Glasgow. Overnight bus to Glasgow. You're a glutton for punishment. Oh, we should have preloaded the scenario, shouldn't we? Okay, so while we are waiting for the scenario to load, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing. That would be absolutely brilliant. Why doesn't that work? Oh, let's press lots of buttons. There we go. Yeah, if you haven't already, please do hit that like button, consider subscribing. That would be awesome. And I've put a link to Northern Princess Productions YouTube channel in the description of the video, so it would be absolutely superb if you could show her some support and just pop over there and hit that subscribe button. Just talk amongst yourselves, guys. This is great forward planning. This scenario is based on sort of a real timetable, so there's a lot of AI traffic and stuff in it. It is a good run, if we ever get into it. Ah! Got my hopes up. Come on. Come on. Okay, so why that's doing that? Let's jump in the Discord server and see what you guys have been posting. Charles Transport Photography. Beautiful. Is that Mayflower there? It's absolutely beautiful. And a Smacks Rail is on the aviation tonight. And Freddie's got a 455. Southwest Trains 455. Love a 455. And don't forget, guys, if you want to post any pictures, you can do. We are in the live stream pictures page of the Discord server, and you'll find an invitation link to the Discord server in the description below. Just keep posting your pictures. This is still loading. This is absolutely brilliant forward planning. This is it gives me an excuse to play another sound effect, doesn't it? Come back tomorrow, guys. We'll do it properly. That's enough of that. No, stop. No. What's going on? What's he doing biscuits with the manager? Everything's going wrong. Okay, guys, come on. This wasn't part of the plan. It will load. If it doesn't load, then we'll do Train Sim World. But it will load. It loaded for me absolutely fine earlier on. It did. It did. Raygun, it's just chatting. It's just a chatting kind of stream. Yeah, it is. Johnny Simulator Gaming on time rail. This is what happens all the time in real life. The driver turns up on time, but the train doesn't. That's completely accurate. That happens in real life all the time. The driver's there, but the train isn't. Most of the time. Blob got accepted for a customer service advisor role for Tyne Metro, hoping to be driving them within the next 5 years. Excellent, Blob. Keep us updated on your journey. All the best with that. Oh, this is great. 120 of you lovely people watching the Train Sim Classic loading screen. This has got to be a record. It's got to be a record. Do you know what? Let's play Locomotive Location Livery while we're waiting. And yes, I am just trying to kill time.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Oh, look. As soon as I say that, the game loads up. That was always going to happen, wasn't it? That was always going to happen. Hey, Full Metal Dagger, welcome to Dad Rail, new subscriber. That was always going to happen. So here we are at London Cannon Street. Here is our train. We are the 2 Sierra 33 1257 London Cannon Street to Orpington. Calling out London Bridge, New Cross, St John's, Hither Green, Grove Park, Elmstead Woods, Chislehurst, Pettswood and Orpington. It's about a 35-40 minute run, I want to say. We've got a green. We should probably try and get this train set up. So, key on.
TPWS as AWS operational.
There we go. Right, I think we're getting somewhere. Driver, you have reset the DRA. No, that sound effect doesn't seem to work. That's a bit hit and miss, that one. Okay, let's get some passengers on. Okay, we are loading. We are loading. We are loading. Right, whilst we are loading passengers, let's do Locomotive Livery Location. Okay, we're going with the third number on my screen, which happens to be TR9 Train Spotting with number 30.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
So if you haven't seen the game before, guys, I'm going to give you box number 13, dead centre there. You've got 10 seconds to tell me the locomotive livery and location. Here we go. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. A little bit of reflection going on there. And thank you to Alfie for sending this one in to me. What are your thoughts? Why does it keep coming up tea and biscuits with the manager? That's not supposed to happen. Definitely not supposed to happen. No sound effects either. Okay, let's jump back in the cab. What time are we supposed to be leaving here? 12:57. We've still got a minute before departure. It's all going swimmingly well, ladies and gentlemen. Train doors will close 30 seconds prior to departure. Right, what are we reckoning? Johnny Simulator Game has gone EMR 170. 5M4LLL has gone EMR 170. Balls Inspector has gone Wellingborough. Callum is going with an EMR Class 222. Oh, that's very interesting. Yorkshire Pudding's going with 170. East Coastway Rail Videos, EMR Regional, not much location-wise. Craig Nickling, GAT-X at Victoria. Ah, that's an interesting one, Craig. Maybe I've altered the colours. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, right. Let's get this train going. Let's press the closed doors button. We've got a green. Let's turn that off. We're off to London Bridge. How many coaches have we got? That is the other thing I need to know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are a 10 car. Let's go. Let's do this. We've been live for over 10 minutes. He doesn't know how to get the train moving. What have I done wrong now? We're in forward. The DRA is off. The doors are closed. We're in forward. Oh no. Come back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do it properly. Right. Press F. You need to reset one of the alarms by pressing F. DC power needs to be on. Oh, is this started in a completely shut down state? I never signed these in real life. There we go. DC power supply on. Alistair Dawson, welcome to Dad Rail, new subscriber. Shoes up, pan down. Oh, come on, guys. The train has failed. This is... Northern Princess Productions, he created the scenario, is here. Press F. I'm pressing F, guys. I'm pressing F. Okay. Let's turn it off and turn it back on again. That fixes all problems. I was literally driving this earlier on. Right, that's neutral. That's forward. Press R, didn't hear the chime. We're pressing lots of buttons. Read the manual. Blob, this was working fine earlier on. No, doors are shut. Light is off. Okay. Oh, it's moving. Right, okay. There was too much weight on the train. As soon as I got off, it worked. That's my excuse. I'm going with it. Right. We are in business. We are in business. It works. It lives. It breathes. Fantastic. Okay, right. We're 21 an hour out of here. Let me know if you want the game audio up or down, guys. I can do that for you. Give you some horn there so you can judge the volume level. Doors wasn't shut. Had the interlock. Ah, thank you, Jan. Yeah, I think I pressed the button there, didn't I, rather than doing the... I'm speeding. Look, it's 20 out of here. So I'm doing a running brake test. So what we want to do once we get the train moving is just put the brakes on, make sure they actually work, and just get a feel for them. And we're coming round. This is the Network Southeast route that we're currently driving on as well, which is a freeware route, which is absolutely brilliant. It's a really, really nice route. And we're delaying all the networkers there. Game audio up, please. Yeah, no, we can do that for you guys. Not a problem at all. Hopefully train sim's not going to crash on me. Let me know if that is any better. Platform number 1. We are a 10-car train heading for the 10-car mark. There was a 15 board there. Now, it's a very, very long time since I drove into the old London Bridge station, as you can imagine. It's a very long time since I drove into London Bridge as a passenger driver full stop. But the old station, yeah. So if I do get the speeds wrong, that is my excuse, and I'm going to stick to it. Yeah, DET. So it's kind of a mashup of the old London Bridge and the new London Bridge as part of the Network Southeast route. Right, we're looking for the 10-car mark. That's the 6-car mark. 10's going to be right the way down the bottom there. And don't forget, guys, all the traffic that's running on this, Northern Princess Productions has done a really good job. All the AI traffic is as per timetable. I'm not sure what the timetable's based on. What I assume we're relatively up to date, being that we're driving... we're not going to overshoot, are we? Being that we're driving a 701 or 707? I really don't know my trains, do I? Right. 10 on the 10. Door release right. Yeah, so the London Bridge is a little bit of a mash-up there. In so much that we've got 2 platforms over here, which there never was. So yeah, it's a little bit of a mashup to allow for some operational flexibility. CEO of the Class 700. You're in your element. 700s everywhere. I'm doing well. How are you doing, bud? Very good, thank you. Okie dokie, right, timetable. Let's get going. Okay, so let's try and find the right buttons this time. Have my doors automatically closed? No, they haven't. So let's press. That's door release. Where's door lock? Dead rail, U and O for the doors. There we go. I think we've got it. I think we've got it. U and O for the doors. O is the right, U is the left. And what am I to close the doors? Oh dear, this is not going to plan. CEO of the Class 700, you're doing better than me. I can't get the doors to close. R to close. Right, you're going to have to... Every time we come into a station, you're going to have to remind me of that. There we go. Right, okay. We've got a green as well. I'm pretty sure we did have a green. Let's just hope we still do have a green. Okay, right. She's moving. She's moving. Hopefully the rest of the stream will go somewhat smoother. The second half of the stream will be in a networker. I did used to drive those in real life, so I've got a little bit more of a clue of what I'm doing. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, right, we're off. We're off. Raygun 115829. Playing SimSig with a can of cider. What could go wrong? Okay, so we're 20 out of London Bridge until we clear the point works. We're speeding a little bit. Let's just get the speed down. As soon as the back of the train comes across the point work, we can get it up to 60. There's the 60 board there. So we are a 10 car. Raygun, what SimSig route are you playing? What is your chosen simulation tonight? Are you playing singular or are you playing multiplayer? Be very interested to hear. Okie dokie. So Tower Bridge down there that you've just seen go past is a pretty good indicator. Oh, we're racing the network. It is on. That's a pretty good indicator that we're clear. That's what we used to use in real life. Now, when this was the old London Bridge station, you'd come down here, you'd have Spa Road platform. The line speed dropped to 40. But I don't think you do in this version of the simulator. Hucking bikes, like it. Very careful saying one. Can I get a shout out for a network route track engineer from Hither Green Depot? You absolutely can. It doesn't drop to 40 on here, does it? No, it does stay 60. Yeah, in reality, on the old London Bridge layout, this was 40 through this bit. This was, the road we were on would have been 1 down. We had 1 down, 2 reversible, 3 up. Ah, sorry, networker. So next speed we got is North Kent East Junction, where the speed limit's going to drop to 45 miles an hour. Driftgob, Richard, play X-Play 11 again, please. I've never played X-Play 11 on stream, but I probably should get back into it, because I did really enjoy it. But X-Plane 12's out now, isn't it? Okie dokie. So this is now home to the new dive under. So the Southeastern lines sort of dive up and come up over there, and the Thameslink lines fly over top of them, which gets rid of all the conflicting movements, which is quite nice. And the area we're coming up to is known as Blue Anchor. You've got the power plant up ahead, which is always a good indicator and good landmark. Maxwell, that'd be nice to see Richard try and land. Try would be the correct word there, Max. Hey, Crazy, how are we doing? Great to see you here. It's a little bit laggy on the frame rate. I hope the stream doesn't look too bad. I've altered my stream settings ever so slightly to try and make the stream a bit better quality. I'm currently getting 20 frames per second on the game, but there's a lot of AI traffic going on, like I say. So that's what I'm going to put it down to. Okay, we drop down to 45 now as we come around North Kent East Junction. The line straight ahead go down to Greenwich. And that's the route the Thameslink trains currently run on. One of the routes they run on out of London Bridge. Straight down there to Greenwich, on to Dartford, and then round to Rainham. So North Kent East Junction. Next stop is New Cross, which is just coming up. We are a 10-car train heading for the 10-car mark. Balls Inspector, what do you think will replace all the 465s? There isn't enough 701s, sorry, to go around, is there? So I don't know, is the honest answer to that. I reckon it's probably going to be more 700s of some sort, though, isn't it? It's always getting a bit boring in the South East. Everything's 700s. Other than the Capital Star. Okay, New Cross. Post those door controls again, guys. I need to write them down. Mum rail. Grab me a pen and paper. Because if I click off of this computer screen window to note it down, it's probably going to crash on me, isn't it? This is where, because we're running so late, we've lost all the AI traffic. And we are 10 on the S. Into neutral. And it is U. And I think I've got to press T as well, haven't I, to make the game register it. Oh yeah, we're getting somewhere. It's working. It's working. It's working. Right, New Cross. I've got no timings in here. Okay, well, we'll drive it just like a normal Southeastern train then, without a timetable, completely and utterly randomly. All views and opinions expressed within this stream are solely my own. Right, if we press R to close the doors, that's the one, isn't it? And we are off to St John's. Into forward. Off we go. Full power. Crazy place. Everything in southern parts of London is like Desirous City, Electrostar, Capital Star. Yeah, it is quite limited now, really, in what we see, isn't it? So round the corner, we've got Lucas Street and Tanners Hill tunnels, and then we're into the island platform of St John's. Sorry, Jan. Two flashing yellows. Okay, route-wise, that is inaccurate. You wouldn't get flashing yellows in this area. I did notice at North Kent East there were flashing yellows as well. In this area here, you just wouldn't have flashing yellows. So the line speed does drop to 30 just up here as well, round the corner. Crumbled, have you seen the new Train Sim World 3 DLC reveal post today? Do you know what? I haven't. I've been busy doing bits and bobs around the house today and working with Northern Princess Productions to try and get this scenario to work. So I haven't. So enlighten me, guys. What has been revealed? Hey, Keith, how are we doing? Yeah, Busman's Holiday. Absolutely, Keith. Absolutely. Oh, the frame rate is really, really bad. One yellow. We are a 10-car train. We are heading for the 10-car mark. Uh, 6, 5 and 4. We've got 8, 10 and 12 up the end there. Mr. Alf's Class 700. Okay, all stopped. Oh. Oh yeah, I'm getting good at this. We're getting good. We're getting better. We're getting better. Yorkshire Pudding, the 700 is coming. The CEO of the Class 7, and Richard, have you seen the Class 700 coming to Train Sim World? It got confirmed today. I hope it's got AC included. And this is the link to the confirmation. I told you, I said all along, guys, I said I wouldn't be surprised if we get one. I did say that. I said it. Just saying. I did call it. Right, have we got those doors shut? Yes, we have. Right, we are off to Hither Green. 30 mile an hour around the corner. Then it's going to go up to 45. And then 60 before Hither Green. Straight on would take us into Lewisham. So once we get into Lewisham, we'll either go round to the right in Lewisham, which will put us on the Mid-Kent lines, potentially joining back up with this line. Or we can carry on down towards Blackheath, I believe that line goes to. I sign Lewisham, but I don't sign Blackheath, Barnhurst and down that way. Best Mank TV has subscribed. Hello, bud. Welcome. Right, so we're 30 around the corner. Best Mank TV, is Train Sim World simulating physics good like in real life? It's not bad. It depends on what train you're driving. I think it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's a fairly good driving experience, yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. Right, so we should be up to 45 now. We're just coming over what's known as Schools Junction. I'm just going to check. The game's got us at 45. It has got us at 45. And we come around the corner and we'll go up to 60. My Life, Aslak, Horn. The line's just gone off to our right, take you down to Ladywell. That's known as the Mid-Kent line. There's the lines from Lewisham that join the Mid-Kent. And the lines coming in from our left are also the lines from Lewisham. So Lewisham forms like a loop. So you can come off at St John's, go via Lewisham, and then join back onto this line. Quite a lot of the stopping services do that, but not all of them. Right, so we've just gone past the 60 marker. We're in the area we're in now is known as Parks Bridge. So Hither Green is just round the corner here. We'll get a little bit of speed in as the 700 does have superb jokes. Oh, the train guy, 321, makes a very good point. April Fools, it could be a joke with a 700 coming. That would be a pretty sick joke because everyone's just waiting for it, aren't they? Could Dovetail really do that to us? Yeah, probably want to get quite a lot of braking here as we approach Hither Green. The lines round to the left will take you to Sidcup and then on to Dartford, where you will you can then head down to Gravesend. Far too much brake. We've got loads of brake on this thing. Loads and loads and loads of brake. My Ring doorbell's going off. 8 and 6, yeah, way too much brake. This thing is super powerful on the old brakes. Someone was just asking about flashing yellows. I saw that out the corner of my eye. So flashing yellows are basically an indicator to the driver that you're going to be taking a diverging route. Beautiful stop, look at that. So yeah, you're going to be taking a diverging route. So let's get the doors open. As you can see on this signal here, we've got green, which tells us we're going straight on. If this row of what are known as route indicator lights, they're lunars, feathers, flashes, depending on what part of the country you're in, these white lights here are illuminated. That would basically indicate to the driver that we're going to go to the left on this junction here. So if we had flashing yellows approaching this junction, we would know that this route has already been set to go to the left, so we'd know we need to slow down to go to the left. They're only typically used on high-speed crossovers. So somewhere like here where we're going down to 15, you would just get brought down to a red and then you'd get sent over. But if you've got, say, if you've got two routes and one's 100 miles an hour and one's 70, rather than slowing you right down to make sure you're going the right way, you'll get flashing yellows in advance, which will be an indicator to the driver that you're definitely being sent the right way. So yeah, you do actually get them at Grove Park, which is that's gone back to red too soon. Yeah, okay, that's not supposed to happen. In real life now, we'd be stopping the train very quickly and contacting the signaller. But we're going to pretend we didn't see that. Yeah, so yeah, flashing yellows, you do get them in real life at Grove Park at the moment, which is the next station, but certainly not in the London area. On the southeastern routes, you don't. LW Route, are there any screenshots of the 700 in Train Sim World free? I've seen the kind of leaks that were put out a couple of weeks ago when we had the ROG 37, but that's all I have seen on that. Maxwell, yeah, no, the AP signal pack is on here. That's what we're using, Max. These are the AP signals. I believe they should be. We've got a running dummy there, running ground position light signal. Our speed limit is 70 miles an hour. We've got Grove Park sidings to our right and our left. Normally these would be quite heavily populated this time of day with all the peak time trains that have come back. However, loading that into train sim would cause massive memory issues. As you can see, I'm getting 30 FPS at the moment, and already we're kind of, you know, with the amount of traffic in here already, if we was to add more into that, it's just going to cause huge memory issues. Oh, we do have some traffic up in the shed though, which is nice, Pro Driver 35, my off stomping ground, Southeastern, now driving 700s. Yeah, mine too, bud. I'm now driving freight though. Oh, look, there's a Southwest one there. Must have just been delivered. Love it. Northern Princess Productions. Nice little touch there. Right, let's put some braking or we won't be stopping at Grove Park. No, I don't want emergency. I've gone too far. I've gone too far. We didn't want emergency. No, that wasn't supposed to happen. This is what happens when you don't have the HUD up. You can't see how much brake you've actually got in. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Move on. Move on. Nothing to see here. Grove Park. We do also have, as part of this route here at Grove Park, there is the branch line to Bromley North, which we'll have a play of at some point. Get the words out. I've been up since 2 o'clock this morning. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Hillsue Plays. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong there. Yeah, of course we can. We'll have a flyby shot as we leave Grove Park. 10, somewhere on the 10. It's close enough. It's close enough. And there is our train. Southeastern 707 in all its splendour and glory. Maxwell, no tea and biscuits for emergency brakes. No, that doesn't justify tea and biscuits. Emergency brakes would driver initiating emergency brake application would not be classed as an operational incident, depending on who you work for. But in my experience and my knowledge in the companies I've worked for, it certainly isn't. Oh, hello. Let's move out of the way slightly. Next station will be Elmstead Woods. Valentino Collins, how are we doing, bud? Double unit, 2 5 cars. Networker coming the other way. Bear Electrics, DC Sparks would like to find out what the correct PC for running these simulators. My train Simwell 3 keeps cutting out when going into tunnels at Stratford International. Ah, fair enough, bud. Yeah, no, have a look on the Steam page and see what the minimum specs are. If it's just doing it in that one location, it could be worth uninstalling the game and reinstalling it. Oh, there's cats climbing all over me. Seriously? Why did you have a spad? There was cats climbing. Oh, no. It's trying to climb up my back. It has claws. Ouch. 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 You don't get this when you're driving a real train. Oh, it's gone. Right, thank goodness for that. I'm going to put my HUD up so I can see how much brake I've got in, because I am coming in hot. We are on a slight uphill gradient here at Elmstead Woods, which is a lovely station. Chuz, ever had anything to do with the Class 92s? No, I don't sign 92s. I don't get anywhere near them, unfortunately. Temperamental machines, but certainly Hellfire, especially on third rail. I do get to play with 73s, though, which is quite nice. You're drinking your coffee. I don't blame you. We are stopped. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. Compose myself. You, sorry, not I. There we go. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Pro Driver 35. Quite a poor job on the 707 by Dovetail Games. Shame as they have lots of unique features compared to the other units. That constant yellow train light on the DMI is inaccurate as well. Pro Driver, like I say, I never signed these in real life. This... Oh, Alexa's going off as well now. This is actually... I believe this is... Northern Princess Productions, who created the scenario, will be able to confirm. I believe this is the Armstrong Powerhouse version. So, you would need to take it up with Armstrong Powerhouse. LWL, Class 73s are hybrid units. So, their primary power is DC third rail. However, they do have a 650 horsepower diesel engine as well, so that they can run both. Not particularly great on diesel. They are quite slow. Yeah, not particularly great on diesel, but they will get things moving. Just not very fast. Valentino Collins, the route we're currently driving is Network Southeast, it's called, which is a freeware route. However, you do need like the Chatham main line and a couple of other bits installed in order for this to work. But it is a very extensive network of routes. It's really, really good. I would highly recommend it. Yeah, Northern Princess Productions confirms this is the Armstrong Powerhouse 700. So, there you go, guys. Armstrong Powerhouse stuff is not always entirely accurate. Coming towards Chislehurst now. Let's get some brakes in. Hannah Scott, I had my interview with Greater Anglia yesterday. I think it went well. Just waiting for them to get back to me. Fantastic, Hannah. Hope, fingers crossed for you. Fingers crossed. Miles too much brake there coming into Chislehurst. But we'll take it. So we've got Chislehurst, Petswood, and then we will be down at Orpington, guys, and then we'll be starting our second run of the night. And whilst we're coming into Chislehurst...
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
Yeah, it's the Pro Driver. Yeah, it's the AP, but some of the stuff on there was already in the default Dovetail Games version. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Dovetail, you know, there was a lot of people didn't like the Dovetail version of the 700. And I hope the Train Sim World one's going to be better. As I think a lot of people do. We've got quite high hopes for that. Definitely got quite high hopes for that. But yeah, even with the... I mean, you pay money for the AP Enhancement Pack. Even with the Enhancement Pack, you know, there's still things wrong with it. So, it does improve it. It does improve it. But obviously, it's still not perfect. Yeah, Pro Driver, the sounds are good. I'd agree with you. Right, who have we got for locomotive livery location? East Coastway Rail videos. You're the third one on my screen with number 7.
Let's play locomotive livery location.
Okay, guys, going to give you number 7. Once again, 10 seconds for that locomotive or multiple unit, livery, and location. Here we go. See, I'm wondering if that might be a C2C kind of thing going on there. It does look a bit Electra-starry, doesn't it? Just my opinion. Who knows? What do I know? Well, yeah, you know. Maxwell's gone EMR 170, definitely. Matthew, the next rules video, I'm hoping to have that out to you tomorrow. So the idea is with the Train Driver rules series, guys, there's going to be one published every Friday. That's my my plan. However, due to my terrible work schedule at the moment, I say terrible work schedule, I'm just working far too many hours. I've got them all filmed. I've got the next 3 filmed. They are sitting halfway through editing. I've got some animations and bits and bobs to do. But that is something I'm 100% committed to and to maintaining a weekly upload schedule on. So I am hoping to have it out to you tomorrow. East Coastway Rail videos must be a 170. DT, EMR 170 Chesterfield. Craig Nicklin 170 East Midlands Parkway. Coming down towards Petswood. Line speed at this point is 70 miles per hour. Coming now from Petswood Junction. The lines that are just joining us here at Petswood, we will be traversing these lines on the next run. We're going to be heading down there and heading off to Victoria in a networker. LW says it's the EMR Class 360 at Leicester. Josh Rickwood, how many hours on average are you doing at the moment? Yeah, so my base week, Josh, is 34.5 hours, but I'm doing quite a lot of overtime at the moment. Partly because we are very busy, and partly because I'm a little bit greedy at the moment. I have a holiday to pay for, so I'm probably sort of doing 50, 60 hours a week at the moment. But I can only stream in the evenings when the kids are in bed, and none of the shift times have kind of married up. I've been doing lates and nights and stuff, so that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. But yeah, no, the average base week is 34.5 hours. We're a 10 come up. Again, we've got flashing yellows here at Petswood. This is not stereotypical. It's not stereotypical. It's not correct. You do not have flashing yellows here in real life. But for a freeware route, not complaining. Absolutely no right to complain on a freeware route. Doors are open. Next stop, Orpington, where this service will terminate. 131 of you lovely people watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Doors are shut. Let's go. 2 flashing yellows. So the signalling sequence I'm expecting, after 2 flashing yellows, I'm expecting my next signal to be 1 flashing yellow. The signal after that to be a steady yellow with a route indicator on it, and the signal after that to be red. That is the order that I'm expecting the signals to play out in. Obviously, a signal can step up to a less restrictive aspect, but it can't step down, so it can't get more restrictive. For example, this signal that we're approaching now couldn't suddenly become 1 static yellow. That would be a signal going back on you, becoming more restrictive, and you'd have to report that. So there's our 1 flashing yellow. We are coming into Orpington. DT, should you slow down for a single flashing yellow? So basically, DT, if you've got a single flashing yellow, you know your next one's going to be a yellow of a junction indicator. And if you've got 1 yellow, you've then got to expect the one after that to be red. So you would just drive, use your route knowledge to drive at the appropriate speed for the prevailing conditions and the signal spacing. So yeah, platform number 7, that's your route indicator. Again, I've never seen flashing yellows onto a theatre box style route indicator like that. Only ever with a junction indicator. And then we're 20 going into Orpington, 15 at the platform ramps, and then we want to be doing no more than 10 at the AWS magnet. Let's get some brake in there. Orpington, this is Orpington. This train terminates here. All change, please, all change. Talking Men, first time joining you on a stream. Do you sign the West Coast Main Line? West London Junction is the only part of the West Coast Main Line that I sort of sign, I guess. So literally, as the West London line comes around at Willesden, I sort of run parallel to the West Coast Main Line for a few seconds and then veer off round the left towards Acton Wells. So that is the extent of my West Coast Main Line knowledge. So coming up to the TPWS loops, we want to make sure we're under 10 miles an hour as we go across those. If not, that will most definitely be tea and biscuits for the manager. However, activating a TPWS loop going towards a buffer stop is the only time you can resume your move without informing the signaller first. Follow the rules videos for more on that. Right, the nose on this thing all stopped. So, full brake application. DRA, into neutral, doors on the left. So there we go, fantastic. Although we are running very, very late. So... very late. Wardle Road, what depot do you work out of? I'll be out of Willesden once I'm partnered with a mentor. Wardle Road, I am out of Tunbridge. And then we've got a 375 zooming through the other platform there. Slowing down for the 50-mile-an-hour crossover the other side of the points. There we go. Fantastic. Bad luck, you did not... What? Scenario incomplete. Bad luck, you did not complete the scenario successfully. Really? Where did I fail to stop? I'm just going to say the scenario's broken at this point. I mean, Northern Princess Productions, you've done an amazing job on that scenario, but... I want to know what I've done wrong. What did I do wrong? Stopped at 0 out of 0 destinations. Picked up passengers at 9 out of 10 platforms. Which platform didn't I pick up passengers from? Speeding 10 times. Oh, okay, you win. You win. That is. Hannah Scott, blame the conductor for punctuality. I would, Hannah, but that line is DOO, driver only operated. Should we have another go? I'm quite excited for the next scenario. I haven't played this one through, and it might not work. We need to have a play with that at some point as well. The very fortunate Gold Star gave me a key for the MPV, and I do need to show that off to you because it is a superb bit of kit. But not today. Okay, right, we're going into standard. We're going into Chatham Main Line and Dover. We are going into, let's find it, Dad Rail scenario there. 9:36 Orpington to London Victoria in a networker. In the autumn, with low railhead conditions. It's a recipe for disaster. Josh Rickwood, if you're out of Tunbridge, do you come past Aylesford? As that's where I live, very close to the first level crossing before the station. So Josh Rickwood, the Medway Valley line is on my to learn list. I do not currently sign the Medway Valley. So no, unfortunately, I don't at the moment. But it's on my to learn list. Hey, exploring all UK stations, how are we doing? Great to have you here. So guys, I'm going to anticipate this taking about a week to load up. This has got some very interesting AI traffic on it. There's a bit more freight and stuff on this one. I do know that much, so I am looking forward to showing you this. So in the meantime, it would be absolutely brilliant because Northern Princess Productions has not only produced these scenarios, but has also gifted me quite a lot of the assets needed to make them work. So it would be absolutely brilliant if you could just subscribe to her channel down in the description. That would be really, really appreciated. Northern Princess Productions, can I call you before you move away, Richard? Oh dear, is it bad news? Hey, Jake Moxham has become a member. Hi Jake, how are you doing? Yeah, Northern Princess Productions, drop me, I've got my phone here, drop me a message on Discord. This is going to be interesting. So, why we're waiting for that, let's do this.
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
Exploring UK stations, we've just done a 707 run from Cannon Street to Orpington, and we're just jumping in a networker now to do an Orpington to Victoria, which will be the end of today's little jolly. Penguin, when freight drivers do route learning, do they only ride along in freight trains or also passenger ones? Really good question, Penguin. So obviously there's some routes that are freight only, so you'll have to be on a freight train. Alternatively, if your company's got the resources and you've got spare locomotives and spare mentor drivers, you'll get what's known as a route learning engine, which will be a light engine specifically designed for the purposes of route learning, which is a really, really good way of learning a route. Failing that, you get what's known as a cab pass, and that basically gives you permission to go in the cabs of passenger trains, subject to the driver wanting you there, because there are certain conditions the drivers have to meet in order to allow you into the cab. New drivers that have recently had incidents, they're not allowed anyone in the cab with them. So it's got to be an experienced driver and someone who's got a clean driving record, which can be a bit difficult sometimes. Especially there's a lot of new trainee drivers on the network at the moment. I've had it before where I've had a cab pass to go on the cab of passenger trains, and I've stood there for sort of 2 or 3 hours with trains just going past because you can't get in the cab because they're either under instruction or they're a new driver or they're a post-incident driver, or they just don't want you there because at the end of the day that's their office and you have to respect that. Okay, what do we got then? Crazy, you're the third one on my screen with number 15. Let's give that a go.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Gonna give you number 15, guys. 10 seconds, please. That locomotive livery. Nobody's got that location. Thank you very much to Alpha for sending this one in as well. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. No, I thought it was going to break then, looking for a game to catch her. Northern Princess Productions, I am going to provide a disclaimer. I woke up at around 10:30 this morning to a message from Richard asking me to make this scenario. The last scenario you saw took 2 weeks. He had this one by 16:45. Yeah, thank you very, very much, Northern Princess Productions. It's brilliant. It means a lot to me. Transport Cams, EMR 170 Duffield. Duffield? Yorkshire Pudding, EMR 170 Sheffield. I don't know. Crazy Plays at EMR 170. DET, EMR 170, Through Susan's Eyes, LMR. Craig Nicklin, 170, Barrow on Saw, Sow. Never even heard of it. Formula 47, 170 or 172. Anna King Hung, Place, certain place in the UK. Jake, who's a new member, has also gone with EMR 170 Derby. Chinook says, morning all. Good morning, Chinook. It's 21:24 here, but good morning all the same. Loading. We have some new sound effects actually to play with while it's loading. We now have Donald Trump.
And we say bye-bye! And we say bye-bye! Wrong.
I just use that one.
Wrong.
Yeah, I know. I'm immature. Eddie's Adventures, how are we doing? We are just sitting here waiting for Train Sim to load. We have fingers crossed. We know this is going to work. It's just going to take its time. It's the usual scenario. The driver's here, the train's not. So while that is loading, let's jump into the Discord server. Smacks Rail is painting faces on Romley Hive and Dymchurch Railway locomotives. Romley Hive and Dymchurch Railway is a fantastic railway, and it's also a fantastic Roblox game, and it is one we are going to do on the channel in the coming weeks. I've got a bit of a backlog going on at the moment, a little bit of a backlog stream-wise at the moment. So Romley Hive and Dymchurch is on my list, Great Central Railway is on my list, SCR we haven't done for a while, and there's also, as you may have heard, there's some new content coming out for Train Sim World, which we need to have a look at, and I've been promising American content, and we're going to do a couple of American routes. So I am well and truly behind with streams, and I've got the Train Drivers Rules videos. So we will get round to doing all of these things at some point, hopefully, probably, maybe, definitely. Yeah, you know how it works. Yorkshire Pudding, Dad Rad is a bad train driver. Yeah, the worrying thing, Yorkshire Pudding, is that I get to teach other people how to drive trains. I know, it's scandalous, isn't it? Scandalous. Best Bank TV, turn off the lights. Which ones? Crazy Place, this loading takes longer than your usual Southern or Thameslink service to arrive. Dadra, please do a stream driving the Flying Scotsman. LW Ral, I'm not a big fan of steamers, to be completely honest with you, but we certainly can do that. I want to have a go on the Steam Rail Tours on the West Cornwall Local on Train Sim World. Through Susan's Eyes, 9:29 PM in Ireland. Yeah, exactly the same here, Susan. Oh. Just talk amongst yourselves, guys. Do you know what? I'm going to take advantage of the situation. I'm going to put an advert in. I am going to press the button and I'm going to put an advert in this stream while we're waiting for it to load. If you're not seeing an ad right now, it's because you're using an ad blocker. Well done, you. We're hoping the game hasn't crashed. LW Rail, the Steam Rail Tour Pack is very... yeah. That's interesting. Did you message me, Northern Princess? I didn't see a message come through. I thought this scenario was autumn-based with a nice grey sky. Maybe it's going to deteriorate later on. I've got some key binds on my... Okay. Right, we are at Orpington. We're in a networker. We are going to Victoria, calling all stations. Pettswood, Bickley, Bromley South, Shortlands, Beckenham Junction, Kent House, Penge East, Sydenham Hill, Herne Hill, Sydenham Hill, West Dulwich, Herne Hill, Brixton, London, Victoria. Let's get keyed on. Into neutral. I used to drive these in real life. There's no excuses. Not over this route. I only drove them as a shunter driver, but there is literally no excuse. Okay, we've got the signal 9:33. We're not out of here till 9:36. We are playing the waiting game today. So while we're waiting for that, let's go and have a little nosy around at Orpington. Interestingly enough, guys, the building... Oh, let's put some headlights on as well. Tail lights off. Day running. That side. Interestingly... Oh, MPV. Nice. Gold Star Trains MPV is very, very nice indeed. Yeah, interestingly enough, guys, who know the Orpington area, the building over on the right-hand side of our train, the one we're looking at now, that is one of the Southeastern training schools that holds Southeastern training simulators. The other one being at International House in Ashford. So yeah, a little bit of insider information for you. That is where you will find... It's an old disused engine shed. That is where you will find the Southeastern Metro simulators. This guy's got music on. Look, this guy's rocking out here to some tunes. This guy's like, yeah, I mean... What do you think he's listening to? Mozart, Beethoven? Ah, this is where I need... I know what he's listening to. I know what he's listening to. These streams are supposed to be aimed at a more mature audience. They're supposed to be grown up and sensible. Without stupid sound effects. I think I failed. This guy's really rocking it. Right, what's the time? How are we doing? Okay, we can leave in a minute. That's good. Hannah Scott, Radio 4. Yeah, probably Jeremy Vine on Radio 2, actually. Matty Meerkat, I can't find the live stream pictures page. Not sure what's going on with that, bud. He's probably listening to a sky full of stars. Okay, DRA off. Let's get the door shut. Have I even opened my doors here? That's a good point. No, I don't think I did. Okay. Right. It's not Ramstein. I'm getting me keybinds up now. Are the doors closed? They are closed. Right, we're going then. I know it says we're still loading, but we are going. We've got a green. Door operations. Platform duties complete. Okay. I've got safety systems isolated as well. Is it Control and D or Alt and D to get the safety systems on? Someone tell me in the chat what the safety systems are. Gregory Allen, Kylie Minogue. Green and an S for going out on the slow lines. First station, Pettswood. British Film Guy got some Pink Floyd or some Bee Gees. How deep is your love? No, we don't do singing on these streams. We've got we're a 466 and a 465 on the back, so we're a nice 6 car, which is quite typical for this line. Control and D. Driver vigilance device activated. That's probably a bad idea with my reputation. Okay, so after leaving, we're just going to put some brakes in. Basically, we're just going to check that our speed does come down. So we're doing a running brake test, just check the brakes are actually functioning properly, as we would expect, which they are, which is good. And we're still 20 because we're just coming, the back of the train's just coming across the point work there. So we won't get too keen. And let's go. Full power. I for instrument lights. Ah, thank you very much. I'd be lost without you guys. Ella Wilson, hi Dad, Rail. My dad wants to know if he has missed tea and biscuits with the manager. We did have a little tea and biscuits with the manager moment, but nothing too bad. So I don't think we've got any timings on this. No, there's no timings in there. But to be fair to Northern Princess Productions, as she did rightly say, she had about 2 or 3 hours to produce this entire scenario. So we kind of excuse any mistakes that we might find. And I've driven this as far as Bromley South, but that is about it. And I need to remember that the brakes on networkers are absolutely shocking. As we come into Petswood, we are 6 for the 6. Don't want to be stopping short, don't want to be opening the doors on the wrong side. So we've got an offside platform here, which is quite a large risk. It's very easy. You've got your hand on the power brake control. It's very easy. Brake doors, brake doors, brake doors. That becomes a muscle memory, instant reaction, automatic reaction. We don't want to be doing that. Let's drop a little bit of brake step 2 in there just to bring it down. Back to 1. Little bit more of 2. Back to 1. And then we are 6 cars on the S car mark. Okay. O. Well, hey. And I need to press T as well, don't I? So the simulator picks it up. Petswood, it's loading. It's loading. Penguin, we ignore the speeding 10 times. Formula 47 is the new photography challenge, Sunset, this upcoming week. Yeah, so that's currently live, that competition, Formula 47. Over on the Discord server, guys, you will find our weekly photography competition. This week's topic for the photography competition is sunrise and sunset. I meant to press that button there, press the wrong one, labelled Discord. Okay. Let's get those doors shut. We are off. We've got 1 yellow. Leaving Petswood, next station will be Bickley. We are 30 miles an hour around the corner. Love the sounds on the networkers as well. Henry Dunn. So the route is Network Southeast, which is a freeware route. I should have put a link to it in the description. I apologise for not doing that. So if anyone has got a link, do feel free to post it. But no, sorry, the route that we're currently driving on isn't Network Southeast. The route we're currently driving on is the Chatham Main Line, Dover, with the Dover extension on it. This is the Chatham Main Line that we're currently driving on. Right, that was 1 yellow. We're expecting a red ahead. Through Susan's eyes, that Dead Row. April is Autism Awareness Month. That's very good to know, through Susan's eyes. So, a fact that I've not disclosed before and that many of you won't be aware of is that my 4-year-old Sammy was recently diagnosed with autism. So it's something that's quite close to my heart now. And my 14-year-old is going through the process as well. So yeah, it's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing. 1 yellow. We're coming around towards Hawkwood Junction. Hungs Railway 22. No, not on the West Coast Main Line, unfortunately. So this is Hawkwood Junction here. Trains coming from the Chatham Fast lines can use this junction here. They go up there and come out at Chislehurst on the Charing Cross lines, which is mainly used for diversionary services. I think there's a couple of peak time services that take that route, but it's not very well used. So approaching a red signal, we want to be doing no more than 20 over the AWS magnet, depending on your company's driving policy. However, we do have one yellow. Next station will be Bickley. Shopping trolley. Love it. And we're going to keep it at 30 as we round the bend. And we are now joining the Chatham... we're now joining the Up Chatham Fast line. So, the lines we are joining have just come from Swanley. There's a junction at Swanley. One of the lines goes to Sevenoaks, and then on Sevenoaks back to Tunbridge. You can also get to Ashford via Maidstone, or you carry on straight down towards Seoul Street, Rochester, and the Medway towns. One yellow ahead. Red's at the end of the platform at Bickley. We are a 6-car train heading for the 6-car mark, and it will be an offside platform. So, like I've said, 2 yellows. I was just about to say, guys, when we're coming into a station with a red signal at the end, as I've said before, we're stopping for the red signal rather than the station. But we haven't got that problem now. We are coming in now with 2 yellows, so we've got 1 yellow at the end of the platform. We're a 6-car train looking for the 6-car mark. Atrocious brakes on the networker as we come into Bickley. Where's our 6-car mark? This is a classic example of a wrong side door release risk, guys. So obviously we need to release the doors on the right hand side. However, because the platform monitors are on the left, the temptation is going to be to open them on the left, because we're looking over here as we come in, because we're trying to get our stop, 1 yellow, on the driver only operated monitors, which are just coming into view now. Doors on the left. Oh, I hear something. Nice. Gregory Allen, what is an offside platform? So, near side platform would be a platform on the driver's side. An offside platform is a platform on the offside, basically. What's our signal? I can't see it from there. Oh, it's saying we've gone past the signal already. I really hope this isn't going to throw a wobbly. Oh, there's another 66 coming the other way. Ooh. Nice. Maritime 66. Okay, so I'm going to assume the next signal is going to be red. So I think that was a glitch in the route there with the signal just gone back. Yeah. So we'll assume the next one's going to be red, which we should sight just around the corner here. There, we got a green. That's fine. We're off to Bromley South. Speed limit is currently 60 miles an hour. 122 of you fabulous people watching today. If you haven't already, please do hit that like button and subscribe to me and Northern Princess Productions, whose link is in the description below, who has produced this excellent scenario for us. green. Coming into Bromley South, we're going to be stopping right down the far end of the platform. And again, this is an offside door release. We are 6 and we are heading for the S car mark. Transport cams, interesting. AP liveries, but dovetail RSC sound. Shouldn't be, bud. They're all AP enhancement packs installed and whatnot, so not sure what's going on with that. Bromley South is really nicely modelled here. Really nicely modelled. Done a good job on Bromley South. Are we going to overshoot this? Brake step 3. It's never good. Ooh, no, I'm taking it. I'm having it. I'm having it. It's not tea and biscuits. Let's find the right buttons. Could we do an LLL once stopped at Bromley South, says Crazy Plays. Okay, Crazy Plays. We can do that.
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
We can most certainly do that. That is not a problem at all. Deborah, what is your favourite Tracing-Well free station? Good question, LW Rail. I haven't given it much thought, if I'm being quite honest with you. Brighton's quite nicely modelled in Tracing-Well free. What would yours be? Got a green. We are off to Shortlands. What are we going with? Transport cams is the third one on my screen. You've got number 7, which I think we may have already done, but let's put the board up.
Let's play locomotive livery location.
Yeah, we've already done number 7, so we'll go to Through Susan's Eyes with number 18. 10 seconds, guys. Locomotive livery and location, please. Has that helped you? Let me know your thoughts in the chat as always. Always interested to hear your thoughts. 700 coming the other way. I'm hitting that a bit fast again, aren't I? Offside door release. Brake step 3, yeah. I'm definitely not adjusted to driving the networker after driving that 700. Definitely need to remember the brakes are not as good. Everyone's spilling their coffee, but it's Metro driving. Full power, full brakes. The only way to keep time. As we arrive into Shortlands. Again, a really nicely modelled station. We are a 6-car train. We are looking for the 6-car mark. We've got an S car on the end of the platform there, so that's what we're aiming for. And if we're driving this in reality, we're looking to get the driver-only monitors, so the door monitors, in the drop light there. Ah, perfect. I'm taking that. Let's get those doors open. Transport cams. Oh, God, not more 700s. Yeah, see, I quite like 700s, but it's like they're just everywhere now, aren't they? Especially where I am, in my area. Thameslink have affectionately become known as grey squirrels because they just invade everywhere and take out the natives. Hugs for Hour 22. Where do I find my West Cornwall Jubilee Steam Pack? I don't have West Cornwall Class 150. Have you got the West Cornwall local pack? Hugs for Hour, because if you haven't, you won't be able to get that. Right, we've got a green. We are off. Next station will be Bromley South. We're still at 60 miles an hour. So we are now coming over what's known as Shortlands Junction. This used to be a flat junction, but this was converted to this nice dive under configuration to allow the Eurostar services to run through here without interference. Yep, this was the route to London for Eurostar services behind all these stopping trains. And the route to our right, where it dives under, goes around what's known as the Catford Loop. And we will join back onto that line a little bit later on. But if you carry on round there, you'll come to Ravensbourne, Bellingham, Beckenham Hill. No, you won't. You'll come to Ravensbourne, Beckenham Hill, Bellingham, Catford, Crofton Park, Nunhead, Peckham Rye, Denmark Hill. And then it joins back onto this line just before Brixton. So we're now coming down towards Beckenham Junction. This is a nice downhill run into here. You can get a little bit of speed up, but we need to be careful we don't overshoot the platform. Quite a notorious one for slipping through in the autumn. And of course the good thing about Beckenham Junction in real life is we've got Tramlink. And we also pick up, well nowadays it's Southern 375s, but back in the day Southern 456s, 455s. You'd get along here on the Beckenham Junction spur. So try not to overbrake coming down. As we come into Beckenham Junction, we give it a little bit more brake there, and probably quite a lot more brake. Yep, very bad driving. Full service braking. There goes the 4-car mark. Where's the 6? Let's take that brake off a little bit. 865. And we're getting those monitors in the drop light there, or just about in the drop light. In reality, of course, we could pull down the window and stick our head out if we weren't quite in the right place. So that is good enough. Oh, I'm getting old. My memory's going. Have I just opened the doors on the wrong side? No, I didn't. Whew. I hear a cat. Yeah, there's a cat here. The cat wants feeding. That's why it's meowing. Okie dokie. Right, let's go. 2 yellows. So we are going to be checked down going into Kent House, which is our next station. Platform duties complete. Let's go. We're still at 60 miles an hour. The overheads to our left there is the Tramlink route from East Croydon. And the line immediately to our left is the Beckenham Junction Southern line to Crystal Palace. Around to our right, that joins the Mid-Kent line. And that will take you back up to Lewisham, which we went over top earlier on. So we did have 2 yellows, so I'm only going to get it up to about 40 miles an hour. As far as we're concerned, a red signal's a brick wall, and we don't run towards brick walls. We've got a position 1 route indicator on there, so it's going to be 40 miles an hour through the points anyway. Next station will be Kent House. However, we are stopping for the red signal at the end of the platform rather than the platform itself. So we will be coming in a little bit slower. And we want to make sure we're doing no more than 20 miles an hour over the AWS magnets, subject to your individual company's driving policy. Through Susan's eyes, we probably have about 20 minutes left on this. So yeah, red at the end of the platform. We are a 6-car train heading for the 6-car mark. I expect we're probably going to get overtaken. Is that my signal that's just come off to green there? It is, yeah. No, quite often the Metro services sit here and sometimes get overtaken. So I wasn't sure what was going to happen. There's our 4-car monitors, 6-car monitors down at the end there. NG, hello, how are we doing? '865-car mark. Got the all board there for the 700s. Trying to get those monitors just about as close as we can there. It's actually easier stopping at these on real life, to be honest with you. Okay, doors on the right. Sitting on a green. We need to do T as well, don't we, to get that to work. There we go. We could do a station announcement, couldn't we? Train currently standing at platform 1 is the Southeastern service to London Victoria. This service will be calling at Penge West, Sydenham Hill, West Dulwich, Herne Hill, Brixton and London Victoria. Did I get the stations in the right order? that would be deeply embarrassing, wouldn't it? Oh dear, oh dear. Platform duties complete. Let's get going. Hey, what's going on? Okay, that's interesting. Does help if you close the doors, doesn't it? Oh no. That's tea and biscuits. It had to happen. It had to happen. There we go. It's working now. Right. Bit too much power in. We've got a little bit of wheel slip. So we'll take that back to power notch 2. Just get it established. And as soon as she's accelerating nicely, we'll give it a little bit more. And we're all the way in at 60 miles an hour. So yeah, we're Penge East, Sydenham Hill, West Dulwich, Herne Hill, Brixton and London Victoria. Yeah, no, that was definitely tea and biscuits. That was rolling back with your doors open. Can you imagine if, like, if there's a ramp been put down to help a disabled passenger get on the train or something like that, and they're trying to get on and the train starts rolling? That's gonna hurt, yeah. That's gonna be more than tea and biscuits. That's gonna be paperwork. Train drivers don't like paperwork. This is Penge East. Penge West is on the line between East Croydon and London Bridge. If we do have a 700 coming out for Train Simwell 3, which indeed everyone's telling me we do, I haven't seen an official release announcement, but if you're saying we have, then I guess we have. East Croydon to London Bridge extension for the Brighton Main Line would be amazing. And that would feature Penge West. We are 8 for the 8. Braking nicely. Please stop. No, we're not 8 for the 8. We're 6. We're 6. 6. 6. 6. No, that sounded wrong as well. Not 6. 6. 6. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Northern Princess Productions. That's not even going to be paperwork. That's going to be 4-course testing. Yeah, no. If you do that, that is pretty much, yeah. That is going to be 4-course testing. You are going to get screened if you do that. Ricky Cunningham, signaller plugs kettle in. Yeah, Bluegrass, I've retracted my last statement. Right, we've got a green. We're going into Penge Tunnel. Next station on this service will be... The next station on this service will be Sydenham Hill. Bit of wheel slip going on there. Oh, that's a bit interesting. My rec cool sound effect has disappeared off of my board. Penge Tunnel. Penguin, good question. Do the trains lock on the brakes when the doors are open? It depends on the type of rolling stock, Penguin. So 375s, 377s, yes. When you've lost door interlock, basically you'll have a full brake application. So it'd be impossible to roll with the doors open. So yes, it does depend on the individual traction type. It is still 60 through here. The station is pretty much as we come out the tunnel. This tunnel in real life is pretty dead straight as well. Yeah, as Matt says there, real world brakes won't release if the doors are open on most units. It's not universal across the board, but most units that is the case now. DT, go on.
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
We are coming down towards Sydenham Hill. Gonna try not to overcook the brakes. I've been a little bit over the top with the braking. Famous last words. I've been over top with the braking as he zoomed straight past the station. We're on quite a steep downhill here. Yeah, that's coming in all right. Have faith. Leave it alone. It's in brake step 2. Just leave it. You're going to need to take that off. That's not a bad stop. We are doing 6 for the 6 on the monitors. That'll do us. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. That'll do. Right, who have we got?
Let's play locomotive livery location.
Going with the third number on my screen as always, guys. The reason we do the third number is to stop people just spamming numbers and getting in there first, anticipating it. A train spotter from Berkshire. Berkshire? You are the third one on my screen, and you would like number 25. Here we go. Nothing to go on location-wise there, guys. I mean, there's a little bit of reflection in the window, but not a great deal to go on location-wise. What time is it in-game? It is 10:03 in-game at the moment. Green. Are we going to miss some important AI traffic? Bluegrass, yeah, when I was a shunter driver at Ashford, I signed 465s and 466s, so yeah, I've driven, not on the main line, well, I say not on the main line, I've driven them between Ashford Yard and the station, but yeah, not out in mainline service as such. Oh, there's a cat. I'm just waiting for claws up my back. Why is it always when we're coming towards a station? This is West Dulwich, incidentally. Crazy Place, EMR 170, Chesterfield. Train spot from Berkshire is going for Bedford. We are 6 car... Oh! Welcome, Mr. Quirkus, Mischievous Wizard Knight. Get some break in, I'm being distracted by... Ah! That's a cat. Hashtag cat rail. No, it's gone. I have kittens. Ow. Please stop. As long as the first set of passenger doors are still on the platform. Oh, that's alright then. I'm having it. I'm taking it. It's not a problem. Genuinely, it's not a problem. Well, the fact the signal's gone back is... We're taking it. It's fine. It's fine. Distracted by the cats. My back has got, like, claw marks down it. It must have. It's absolutely terrible. Northern Princess, get a shimmy on. Right, we're going. We're not hanging about, guys. The driver's let the cat out of the bag. Gregory Allen, what's the definition? What's the official definition of rolling stock? People seem to mean any vehicle that runs on the rails, as far as I know, is what I've always told. What I have always been told it is. So. Crazy Plays, if the train overshoots the station in real life, you're going to phone up the signal or you're going to report yourself. It's the first thing you're going to do. If you don't report it, a passenger probably will, and you're going to get in a lot more trouble. Then one or two things is going to happen depending on the circumstances. You're either going to be authorised to set the train back So change ends, drive back into the station, or you're just going to be told to carry on. 45 warning as we come down towards Herne Hill. If you've got a scenario where like only one or two of your doors is off the end of the platform, depending on the type of traction you got, you could potentially lock those 2 sets of doors out and then open the rest of them and kind of just marshal the passengers to where you want them to be. So coming down towards Herne Hill, the lines joining on our left are the up and down Holborns that have come in from Tulse Hill. I have a Class 59 driver's eye view cab ride along this bit of route. Oh, hello! Hello, hello! Well, that's a treat. Very nice. 6 for the 6. Don't become distracted by the proper traction. Missed it. Dadra, what is the official definition of a train? Yeah, more than one vehicle, isn't it? I don't know. Locomotive, train. It's all there. Look. Thameslink is even getting priority over Clanline. What is going on? Grey squirrels. Absolute grey squirrels. I kind of just want to watch Clanline pull out now. Are we going to get to see that? That signal is going to change, isn't it? Are we going to get tones from the driver? I mean, it is possible that that thing doesn't go any further, and that's the end of the scenario. A train is anything that completes a track circuit. Who needs steam? Thameslink is better. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Right, drive! Transport cams, I'll take the steam over Thameslink. At least it'll be more comfortable. Give them a wave. Right, drive! Beautiful. Beautiful. Love the cream Mark 1s there. I believe if we were running on time, that was supposed to be leaving Victoria as we approached. I don't think we were supposed to cross it at Herne Hill. Give you some idea how well we're doing today. Oh, look at that! We've got a 67 on the back. Diamond Jubilee. That is a really steep gradient going up there towards Tulse Hill as well, so having a banking engine on is a pretty good bet. I actually had to rescue a freight train that had come to grief up there a little while ago. Anyway, we apologise for the delay. This was due to the driver train spotting. Yeah, you're not going to get away with that one. Right, we've got a green. We're 45. Next stop on this service will be Brixton. Formula 47, get a move on, Richard. Yep. 45, 60. Line speed's going to drop back to 45. Lines to our right go towards Luga-Baruga, Elephant and Castle, and Blackfriars. Luga-Baruga being the official railway name for Loughborough Junction. So 45, 60, steep downhill gradient. We're on the 60 now, but it is going to drop down to 45. the other side of Brixton, I want to say. I signed this route in real life, so I should know. CEO of the Class 700. I'm not late. It's a Southeastern service. A wizard is never late. As we come down to Brixton. So the lines that went off earlier when I was talking about the Eurostar guys, they are now going overhead of us, having completed the Catford Loop, and they will we'll come alongside them in a minute. So there's our 45. They're known as the Atlantic lines. 6 for the 6. We've got an S. We'll take that. That's good enough. Some of these monitors are very close to the signals. We'll go with that. Okay.
Post your numbers now for
Train Sim Depot. Train Simulator videos weekly. Is there a link to this scenario? So as I said earlier, Northern Princess Productions has very kindly produced this scenario for me at very, very short notice. There is a link to her channel in the description below. If you could go click on that and subscribe, that would be absolutely superb. Northern Princess Productions, is this scenario available anywhere else for anybody that wants it? I suppose, yeah, I'll let you answer that question in the chat. Chris Seals, how are we doing, Chris? Timetables don't exist, I guess. He used to be a conductor at Hastings many, many years ago. He used to say, please mind the gap, but we should do this kind of more officially, shouldn't we? Please mind the gap between the timetable and reality. The other one was, the timetable is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to reality is purely coincidental. Sound advice there. From a very, very well-respected conductor. Right, so we are good for 45 going back up to 60 in a few moments. Actually, no, I think we stay 45 all the way around here. Very rarely come over on the Atlantic lines. This is Shepherd's Lane Junction that we're coming across now. I think we're running quite late, so all the AI traffic may have disappeared now. Our next stop, however, will be London Victoria. We'll see what happens. Let's do another one of these while we're waiting.
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
Coming around now to Clapham High Street. Oh no, there's an AI train. Hello! Oh, interesting routing. Okay. We are going over at Volta. This is Volterro Junction. And we've been routed onto the reversible. Okay, there's some weird stuff going on. Oh, that... Oh, low adhesion. That is a wrong route. That route indicator there as we come through Wandsworth Road. That route indicator there... I've gone into emergency because I saw the wrong route. Northern Princess Productions, tell me we're going the right way. That route indicator there in real life... we'll get going again. That route indicator there in real life is taking me down to Longhedge Junction and then towards Clapham, which is definitely not where we want to go. So I'm hoping that's a bug in the game and we're not going to end up somewhere we don't want to be. So the lines going off to our left there, they go up to Battersea Park and on to buffer stops. You used to be able to get into Victoria that way, but you can't anymore. The lines to our right up there continue round into Victoria. The lines to our left, that's the ones that route indicator would take us down in real life. That's why I was getting a little bit excited. Yeah, they're known as the Ludgate lines. That will take you down to Longhedge Junction, where you can join up with the Brighton Main Line, the Windsor lines at Clapham Junction, or you can continue along that line to Kensington, Olympia and the West Londons. We are going via Stewart's Lane. Disclaimer, I do not sign this bit of track in real life, so I have excuses now for buggering it up. We have a Bellman Pullman 67. Very nice. Beautiful. This is new track for me. New track for me. Hey, British Ace Joe, how we doing? Good to see you, bud. So yeah, I don't sign from Wandsworth Road into Victoria. I sign round the corner towards Longhedge Junction and then onto the Southwestern Main Lines or the West London line, or indeed the Brighton Main Line. But I don't sign this particular stretch of track here. The Green Progressor runs on cooking oil, apparently. Where are we going now? I'm confused. So we're on the Stewart's Lane lines. Crazy. And now we're just joining up to the lines into Victoria, just about to pass over Grosvenor Bridge. Just before we do, and I'm going to pause the game to do this.
Let's play.
Because we are near the end.
Locomotive livery location.
Okay, guys, right, I'm going to go for the third number on my screen, which is going to be Pig and Bob number 4. I'm going to give you a couple of extra boxes, because I really want someone to get this location done. I'm going to give you the top row. I'm generous like that. And we'll see if anyone can get that location as well. Let me know, guys. Let me know if anyone can get that location before we get to Victoria, which will be the end of the stream. Hey, British Ace, had the joy of 2 ramp assists on a 3-1-3 today. Could be the last time you do it, bud. Not got much longer left. LW Devo, do you prefer the Train Sim Classic 465 or the Train Sim World 3? There's a cat climbing up my back again. Just so you know I'm not lying. I prefer the Train Sim World 3 465. I think that is a very well made train. It drives beautifully. My ears, thanks Richard, sorry about that. What are we saying? Nottingham. Everyone's going for Nottingham. So I think we're 25, aren't we, coming into Victoria? 15 there. Like I said, I don't sign the route into Victoria. I sign as far as Wandsworth Road. Wandsworth Road on the Southeastern lines and Powerhouse Junction, which is just after Clapham on the Central lines. I don't come all the way into Victoria. Platform number 3. We'll take it. Crazy Place says 170 at Leicester. I don't think anyone's got the location. It's not Leicester. It's not Nottingham either, Craig. London Victoria. This is London Victoria. This train terminates here.
Let's play Locomotive livery location.
I don't know if it'll help, but I'll give you 6, 11, 16. Give you all the stuff that can potentially help you with that location, guys. Northern Princess Productions got Lincoln. Craig's got Lincoln as well. This, guys, incidentally, London Victoria and a networker, is where it all started for me. My first Train Sim Classic live stream was on this route, out of this very station, in this very train. Although it wasn't such a beautifully made scenario, and it wasn't an AP 465. So 15 into the platform, we want to be doing 10 miles an hour. We want to be doing 10 mile an hour at the TPWS loops. No more than 10 mile an hour at the TPWS loops. They're set for 10, so we want to be under 10. Which we are. Perfecto. And then we want to be aiming to stop 6 foot away from the buffer stops. Remember, buffer stops do not like to be eaten. The 365 to 375 to our right, it's got a rather generous 6 foot. That's probably about right. So we go. Brake step 3. We're going to set our DRA, and we are into neutral. Hopefully. Doors on that side, all released. Tail lights on. London Victoria. There we go. So guys, while that is doing its thing, let's jump back into this.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Thank you very much, Alfie, for sending this in. Chronicle Toxic. Did you say Shrewsbury?
It's time to reveal today's Locomotive Livery Location.
Congratulations to... Did anybody get it correct? 170. It's actually West Midlands Railway, not East Midlands Railway. The logo having been obscured. I don't actually have the original picture. I wish I did. The logo having been obscured, but that is West Midlands. I have to go by Alfie's word because, you know, the people that send it in to me, they get to say. But that train did have West Midlands Railway written on the side of it. But that is indeed Shrewsbury, so well done to everybody who got that correct. Let's press that button. Let's go back. Right, how do we do? Task completed. Picked up passengers 12 out of 13 platforms. Moved train 3 times while loading, unloading. Speeding 4 times. It's not that bad, is it? I'm better at it in real life, I promise. Genuinely, I am. So thank you very, very much to Northern Princess Productions for producing those scenarios. If you do want to get hold of those scenarios, then we will see what we can do to try and get those up somewhere, maybe in the Discord server or somewhere, so you can download those. Train driver rules, guys. I'm hoping to have video number 2 uploaded for you tomorrow. If you are a channel member, then I do apologise profusely. You won't get early access to this one just because of the upload schedule. However, next week you should have 2 uploaded next week, so members will get 2 videos in one go. So yeah, the idea is for those, they're going to be uploaded every Friday, so hopefully and I'm not making any promises, but it is my intention to get one out tomorrow for you, number 2, which is our first one on personal track safety. If you haven't already, guys, please do hit that like button. Consider subscribing. That would be absolutely awesome. Check out Northern Princess Productions' YouTube channel. Link in the description below. Subscribe over there. You can join our happy, friendly Discord server. You'll find a link in the description. Talk to railway staff, railway enthusiasts. Talk about train sim, aviation, trains, anything you like, really. We're a happy-go-lucky bunch over there. And you're welcome to follow me on my social media channels, which are also on the screen for you right now. If anyone wants to send me any pictures for Locomotive Location Livery, you can do. Send them via my socials or via Discord. That would be absolutely brilliant. I have been up since 2 o'clock this morning, so I am going to bed because I am absolutely shattered. But thank you very much for watching all the same, guys. I'm spitting everywhere. See you in the next one.